Welcome to Know You Matter. This is real conversations for people who want to feel a little bit better without being given a to-do list.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline. I'm the restoration coach and I'm Lauren's mum.
And I'm Lauren. I'm the restoration strategist.
And we are ever so glad that you're here.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to the Christmas episode. I don't have a Christmas hat on,
Well,
sorry.
no, neither do I. And I just realised that literally as we started. And we are literally recording this just a few days before Christmas. So I've just asked Lauren to press record because we just started a conversation prior to pressing record. And I was like, we need to record this now.
So
because,
I was telling Mum I did a doorstep drop because my little sister's been poorly. She doesn't live very far away from me. So I did a doorstep drop and I said, I left thinking, I wish I was my big sister. So let me tell you what was in this doorstep drop. So it was a trashy magazine. One of the ones that's like, bought my boyfriend a new girlfriend for Christmas. And that sounds funny, but that was actually the headline on the front. I knew you didn't know that when you told me to start recording.
I didn't know that was true.
I know. So it was like take a break or something. It was. I don't know.
Sure.
I know. So I got that.
I'm thankfully just going to point out I was in Take a Break. Well, it will be.
I know. I told her
20 odd years ago.
I said because I was like, I would like all the tea from the magazine. I want you to give us it. And then she was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." And then I said, "Did you know Mum was in one?"
In fact,
she was like,
"I was in twice."
I know. So Julia's now waiting for the tea. So
maybe we have a conversation
we're gonna find.
about that at some point.
I think so. I think we should find the pictures and we should use. That. Do you know where they are?
All the magazines, yeah.
Oh, you do know where they are?
Yeah, I know where that one
we'll
is.
find them.
Just so everybody knows, I was in the Weight Watchers magazine. I've been in the Slimming World magazine.
Yeah, she's been everywhere.
I've been in a few things. What a life.
Gal's famous. What can we say?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's leave it there.
So what else was in the bag was vitamin C tablets, cold and flu tablets, because I was like, they need to be in there. I got a Lucozade and an Oasis, Lucozade because she needs it because she needs to feel better, but Oasis because that was her favourite drink when we were kids.
Yeah.
And then obviously I got Oreo ice cream because everybody needs ice cream who's poorly. And then I also added a multi-pack of Skips because she told me that she was really craving that like melty thing.
Yeah.
And then a packet of Quavers because she couldn't decide, so I just got both. And part of me's like maybe and a box of grapes because there needed to be something fruity in there as well.
She did.
Feel better.
Well,
you know,
congrats. If I had a medal right now, you'd be getting Best Big Sister medal.
I'm like,
I've also made a note of everything now, thinking obviously I know there's some things I'd have to swap.
Yeah, because I couldn't have the Oreos or the Quavers.
No, but you would want these, wouldn't you? I'm very conscious that I've got them.
She's holding them up. Yeah, for those who are not listening, not watching. Wait, what? She's got
peanut butter and milk chocolate dates. I mean, other shops are available, but I get these from Boots because you get the bigger packets. Unfortunately, yes, I did fall in love with these and the chocolate cherries.
They're amazing.
Which are just amazing. But yeah, I got them for you to share
personally,
with me.
have always been the kind of person who hates like fakeaways. Like, I hate it because I've always been like, stop trying to make me make a burger with fucking lettuce leaves. I don't like and pretending it's going to give me as much fucking joy as a brioche bun because it isn't. Like, it really winds me up. But since becoming gluten-free, you kind of have to fall in love with that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to be sad
have an alternative
all of the time. Yeah. So one of the things I've wanted to do is the dates Christmas tree, where you in a piping bag, you freeze the dates and you squish them and then you drizzle them in peanut butter.
Dates ready. I've got a jar of peanut butter that is smooth.
You've got a piping bag
Possibly not got that, but I've also got the chocolate.
Do you know what you can do? You can wrap. You can make a tray out of tin foil if you have a piece of cardboard that's cut it into a triangle. Mm-hmm. I've seen people do that before. Make like their own cake tins.
I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a way to start a Christmas episode. So
yeah, gift giving.
And it's not even gift giving for Christmas. It was gift giving.
I haven't even bought her a present either because she's not my secret Santa.
She's not. You see, because you guys all have secret Santa, don't you? Yes,
I this is going to come out before then, so I'll have to tell him not to.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Don't anybody. Well,
maybe I am your secret Santa.
It doesn't.
Just don't know.
No, none of that's allowed. None of that's allowed. As the officiator. That word of the
only took her a month and a half to finally get around to give us
all
the secret Santas.
Sure, she didn't need that long.
Okay, so I am one of 6 kids, but 4 like younger siblings who are all up in each other's business all of the fucking time still. So we're all in couples, so we do Secret Santa. So there's like me, my brother, my two little sisters, and then all of our partners, and we all just get someone out of the pack. Which is always good fun.
And they're bitching. I swear to God, they're hilarious because it is fun. Except I get, before it happens, somebody goes, am I going to get blur again?
Yeah.
Am I going to get black? So I just ignore them now and just send them and go, ha, 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 and find the crudest gift I can for Christmas.
Interestingly, so I did Secret Santa with Drama Club, which was just the fucking time of my life, I'd like to say, the community that I'm in. And I just realised that some of them might be listening. Oh, hi, guys. Anyway, what was my point? So Cal, the owner, the creator of said drama club, did Secret Santa this year. But there's a Secret Santa like website you can use.
Yeah, no.
So you all, if you're in, you put your details in, and then you get given someone. But it also gives you like, you can write in like your loves, what you like, what you dislike, that kind of thing. But you can also like go on Amazon and be like, oh yeah, like I'd really appreciate this, and this. Yeah, so you can get people what they really want. Now, personally, I'm not 100% sure I prefer the funny, creative, try and figure out yourself kind of game for Secret Santa. But it does avoid, like, one of my friends did Secret Santa at her work and she got some soap that she'll never be able to use because it was just shit. And she's got sensitive skin. So, you know, it kind of saves you from that, which is one of the things I think you get in Secret Santa. Shit you don't want. Drama Club wasn't like that though. It was absolutely fucking magical. Everybody made, because we were all creative, the rules were you had to create something. So you could draw, you could write, you could do a poem, one wrote a book. She wrote a kid's book for one of the people in Drama Club, and I illustrated the front cover. I did a painting, like a digital painting. There was people who'd done like wallpapers for your phone and created them in like your brand colours. I got given a brand playlist that I can listen to when I'm working that gets me like in the zone. And it is so good. I was listening to it on Friday when I was finishing work, and it was like so fucking on brand. Like it was brilliant. And yeah, there's loads of stuff. Somebody who's like a social media person made someone a template for a carousel because social media is really difficult. Do you know what I mean? Somebody gave them like a website audit. So it was like people genuinely came out with stuff that was lovely.
I love that idea of it. A theme, and also that's become a tradition, because I know we want to talk about traditions a little bit.
That's exactly what we're going to talk about.
So it's become a tradition in our family now for you guys as siblings, and it became a bit of, it was a cost saving exercise initially, wasn't it? Because
still is.
But I think
it started when we were young and skin. And it's continuing now we're old and skin.
I'm just wondering whether I was laughing in my head yesterday thinking,
Secret Santa,
me and Dad,
do your dad join in?
With you lot and be like, right, literally, we buy one person a present.
I do wonder if we're going to hit the point where you're like, look, you've got too many kids. None of you are getting gifts anymore. We'll just get the grandkids.
Well, I think it means budgeting. Like we have to lower, and I know we have over the years lowered the budget, but I think we've spent less. So because it's hilarious, I think even buying all the grandkids, and I mean all the grandkids, and presents for everybody, so all 6 children, and then partners we've bought presents for. I think we may have spent less money than we used to do when we used to just buy you 4 presents.
Yeah.
Because we did do a lot.
So, I mean, I think this is the perfect fucking segue into this conversation, really, because we're talking about, like, you know, like the rules and stuff that you play in Christmas and the fact that, like, what traditions do you love? That's kind of what we were vibing on today, wasn't it? But it's so interesting to me that, logistically, you just said me and Dad. Fucking, that's a lie.
I know where you're going.
That's a lie. I used to love Christmas because as I'd open presents, he'd be just as fucking surprised as I was. And then I'd go and give him a cuddle and he'd be like, "You're welcome." You're welcome. You're welcome. And then he'd look at you and you'd be like, "Yeah, it was awesome." Like, don't fucking pretend. It was so good. In fact, I saw a reel yesterday where a kid had done a Christmas card for his parents and he says, "Oh, I love you both. Like, thank you for all the presents you get me, whatever." And then he goes, "Actually, like, Dad, I don't actually think you do that. I think that's just Mum, Dad. I think you just get your cookies and get fire." And I was like, see, kids are not as unaware as we think.
No.
We knew.
Well, there's a lot of stuff. I think it's a big conversation at the minute. I think there's quite a lot. Or maybe it's because the algorithm knows what to send me.
I do think we build
There's
our
no
algorithms brick
there's
by
no
brick.
divine intervention. It just literally is the algorithm going, I'll send you this.
Yeah, I know you like that.
Do not need anything else
Yeah.
that will allow any rage.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could stop reminding me of the sexist traditions I've fallen into.
It's such an interesting one for me, that, because, what I know is as you guys got older, to go into roles, really, and it is still repeating itself right now, because I'm aware of everything that's been bought for everybody, because I'm the one that's done the thinking behind it, or done the listening, or and
I'm the biggest person to gas up the fact that we're changing things, but when it comes to Christmas, zero. No, I'm just not.
No. And I think it's funny, because I do like that part. Where it's changed for me, and I don't know that you've reached this point yet, is where your dad would know what's been bought, is that he will wrap. Because I don't enjoy wrapping. I'm not horribly a fan.
I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm very good at it as well. Whereas there's something about the way
I feel like I
he
should be good at. If you were to on paper look at me and be like,
yeah, because
you'd think I would be good. Yeah, the finicky, the
everything else,
creativity, the detail. But actually, I really struggle to wrap.
Yeah, I don't,
especially if it's normally square.
Yeah, and he does. He goes mad because I
bite the tape with my teeth.
A little bit of a disclaimer. I'm going to swear, which I know I don't very often. But I love the reel that's going round that says, "Is it even Christmas if you haven't told the sellotape to fuck off yet?"
Do you know what, right? They should warn you when you start the curly girl routine that it's going to be a fucking ball ache, because you bite it and then it's like in my hair and I'm like...
Well, we've got, before anyone messages in, I do have the little roll tape dispenser thing. This is, your dad bought them.
So do I.
He prefers those. I like them. I think
no, I have one, but the sellotape I bought doesn't fit the fucker. So I've got this fucking sellotape dispenser in the cupboard that I can't use because the sellotape's too big.
There's an answer to that one, love.
Fuck's sake. Also, yesterday, so today is Sunday, I know.
I'm a bit warm now.
So yesterday we decided, is it even the weekend if you don't fucking take all of the furniture out of all of your bedrooms and rearrange them?
That was an interesting one.
I just love it, me. I fucking love rearranging the house. I feel like we finally might have figured it out, though, because it just takes me ages. I need to do iterations of like how my furniture looks and stuff. And so basically I have a bedroom with my husband, but then both of our wardrobes didn't fit in that. So there was one there was one wardrobe in the office, and my son had the box room. And now my office is the box room, and it just feels like my space now. Like nobody needs to go in there. It's my room. Yeah. And then my husband's like wardrobe now is in our bedroom, and it's like I got ready in the bedroom this morning, away from the work stuff, and that felt really good.
Yeah.
And what was my point about that? Oh, so we obviously got this point where we were tidying up and hiding Christmas presents while you're doing this. Great fucking idea, Lauren. Good idea. Good job.
An almost 4-year-old.
Oh my God. And he was going through drawers and stuff, and I'm like stood there like, oh shit. But thankfully he didn't see any of them. And the one he did see actually isn't for him. It was for Sonny, so it's fine. I was just like, oh, that's for you. And he's like, that's for my best friend Sonny. And I was like, oh yes. So then I don't know what I'd done. I was in the office and I went back into our bedroom, and he had unrolled an entire roll of wrapping paper.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, buddy, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm just making your bed beautiful. And I was like, okay.
Wrap him up in it. Put a
yeah,
on.
I'm just making your bed beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it when he says beautiful as well, because he goes, beautiful.
He's got such a mix of accents, that child, hasn't
he? I know, his key work is she's got like a sort of London-y down south accent kind of thing going on, which is really weird because I know that her parents are from around here, so I can't work out where it's come from. But he every now and again says stuff. He goes, on your head, on your head, on your head. That's what he says. He goes, do you put your hat on your head? I'm like, what's that? That's not me. It's class.
It's fascinating.
I love it.
Absolutely. I did. I don't know if you know if I've ever spoke about this, but at A-level English, that's one of the things that I did was going to nurseries and look at how nursery children spoke, to look at language and how it develops.
Oh, I love that.
I loved it as well. It was brilliant. It was really interesting.
It's so much fun.
That was my thing that I did. Anyway, come back to Christmas then. So this whole thing about who does what, is really interesting. And that where I see the reels where people, the kids are like, oh, isn't it lovely? You get time off because Santa does everything.
Yeah, and the mums are like
If you're not
That's
watching, that was
me.
literally, that silence was our faces going flat. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was thinking about things about when we knew we were coming to do the podcast, and I do want to say I do know it's not the same in every household. We absolutely know that. This is not about us, saying men do nothing, because
Bitching.
I don't agree with that. That Dad does his bits.
Yeah, it's just
and I
interesting
do
to
my
consider, isn't
bits.
it?
It's just, it was when I think about the presents that. But and something you just said, that I actually do like that. I'd get to a point where I would enjoy it, but then I'd get to a point where I'd be like, oh, no more. I can't think of anything else. But sometimes I would just have gone on forever. So
Yeah, I
needed
loved
to
it
stop.
this year. Like, there's so many things that I don't even think Dave's aware that I've bought for Arlo. Like, just because I keep seeing things and I'm like, oh, I'd love that. Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, I've
I
done a
can't
bit
help
of that
it
this year.
really. Yeah,
Still.
yeah. So I'm a bit like, I'm not against it.
No.
I did the wrapping, but again, as much as I'm not great at it, I'm better than Dave. I am better. He struggles more than me.
I giggled.
So.
I was so I went to buy a present the other day. I won't say what it is. And the lady behind the counter, we ended up in a conversation. It was the night when it was absolutely pouring down. Ended up in a conversation, and I loved it. She just said, we were chatting about Christmas, as you do, because everybody asks you now, don't you? At this time of the year, everyone goes, "Are you done? Are you all sorted?" And I'm like, no. And I went almost. I said, it's the wrapping bit next. Oh, she said, the wrapping. Can't let my husband near it. Have you never seen anything like it? She went, but I know I'm a control freak. But, oh my God, it's got to look good. And I went, yeah, pass that on. But I think that's the bit, isn't it? It's like, it's knowing who
I've heard of
in the team.
like wrapping evenings. So I mean, I feel like you'd have to have a fair amount of money for it. But like, you book a hotel, and then like you and your mate go and stay in a hotel, take all your presents. But I also think that must be just a fucking nightmare. Get it all there.
Oh, no,
and all
I'm
the
not
wrapping.
doing that.
I love the concept of it, like sitting in a hotel and ordering room service. It's very American though, isn't it? And then wrapping everything and bringing them all back. But also, like, the having the girls over and doing the wrapping, like, that sounds nice as well. But then again, logistically, I'm like, how would I carry it all? Maybe...
No, that doesn't sound nice to me.
Yeah.
Not with 4 kids and now all of this.
Do you see what I mean?
No,
it would be an absolute nightmare. You'd
No.
need a fucking sleigh.
I'm literally going upstairs with everything, because our flat's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring everything upstairs, leave it with Dad.
Yeah,
Put something good on it.
bye.
In fact, I'm going to watch The Bishop's Wife, because this, again, if we talk about traditions,
I don't know what that is.
so you do know It's a Wonderful Life.
I do know It's a Wonderful Life.
So It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
And The Bishop's Wife are the 2 films that I like to watch at Christmas. And they're both black and white.
Have you never told me about The Bishop's Wife?
Because it was a tradition that I only started a few years ago. And it became something that I went out to go and watch on my own.
Oh.
So I would go to the cinema.
Oh, is it on at the cinema?
No,
Sometimes.
not this year, unfortunately. So I will be watching it at home.
Is it So Wonderful Life?
It's a little bit... That's a good question. I don't know if it is on. It's interesting that because you can get them on streaming services and stuff like that, can't you? That it's easier just to be able to watch them. But The Bishop's Wife, again, is about an angel who comes and visits a bishop's wife. And it's what happens. I won't say anymore. It's not as long as it's... is it as long as It's a Wonderful Life? But, it's beautiful. But that...
Is it cute?
Interesting little things like that. There are certain films. And I was doing a bit of reading about why we have traditions, and there's a few reasons around them, and one in particular is about regulation, because it's about safety. There's a safety in knowing that you're going to do something again, and that it feels familiar, and also it doesn't take a lot of cognitive energy, so you don't have to think about it, because you just go into it. So you just know it's familiar. Yeah, there's a familiarity with it. You've got all of that. The other thing that I was reading about was about the emotional side of it as well. So the links to the past, the links to core memories, particularly if there are people that are not around that have died, or maybe relationships have finished. Sometimes there may be parts of that relationship that you want to keep going.
Yeah.
So one of the things just that sprung to mind when we were talking there was about the angel that used to be in your nana's
Yeah.
that's come down from the loft in our other house. And I didn't even know it was there.
No.
But there's just that, again, just putting that out.
Yeah, that was lush to see
Yeah.
that in the kitchen at yours.
Yeah, and then to have, so we've got something from all of you, whether that be on the tree, whether that be cards that you created or
Yeah.
things that have been framed. So there is, I love that. That's one of my favourite things about bringing that out.
Yeah.
And kind of having those little memories. So films for me or that.
Yeah.
You know, what decorations are there.
Yeah.
Like the little traditions of what we do.
Yeah. I love a good Christmas film, I have to say. There's something about knowing I get to this time of year and I get to watch my favourites again. Like, I love it. And it's amazing because this year, Arlo's actually letting us watch films. like a not, you know, like he doesn't like need to be entertained within 10 minutes. Like, so he actually sat and watched The Santa Claus, like the whole film. And then the other night, was it last? I don't know. All the days have blurred into one. It might have been last night or the night before. We watched The Santa Claus 2. And we got like all the way through the film. And the last 20 minutes, Dave went and did bath time, and I sat and watched the end by myself. I was like, but it was amazing.
No wage on the telly last night.
What?
Die Hard.
Die Hard!
More than that.
I love Die Hard.
First of all, was the fact that all I kept thinking about was moonlighting. So anybody who's of my age will remember Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, who did the private detective series that was called Moonlighting. That's all I could think about when I saw Bruce Willis at this point on the aeroplane right at the beginning. The other thing, though, was when I realised that I was 18 when Die Hard came out.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Oh my God.
Which is not 40 years, but not far off, which then made me think, what?
Hell, I wasn't even an idea.
You weren't an idea at that point, love, just so you know. But yeah, 18 I was. 1988.
Came out before I was even born.
That's when it came out, Die Hard.
What you do is you watch Love Actually, and then you watch Die Hard straight after, so you can watch Alan Rickman get pushed out of a window for what he did to Emma Thompson.
I've heard that one. Alan Rickman, look, the difference. But when you
I know he's a baby!
I'm just like, oh my God.
Bruce Willis has got fucking hair!
Just thinking of the Bruce Willis and everything they're experiencing, which is just, and the loss of Alan Rickman, some great people.
What a man.
But I think that's, there is that familiarity. Because what is your favourite Christmas film then?
Oh, so it depends which version of me you speak to, but I fucking love Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas is just one of the most magical things, and I think it's because I resonate with Arthur. I think it's because Arthur is just like, he's just like me. Like when I was little and I was like, no, but you've got to follow the rules and do things right. And then at the end he wins. Like, he was right to choose that.
And
it
you
was
had your
just
moment
lovely.
For that, just so you feel better that you did win.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I just love it.
It is
like,
lovely.
It's such a beautiful film. And it was interesting actually because I thought we were going to get Arlo to sit down with it. And it's, from a toddler perspective, it's actually not amazing.
No.
It's there's too much nuance to it, and like you have to kind of be a bit more cognitively aware.
Yeah.
Which was quite interesting. So I was like, all right, okay, so we need to wait again to watch that one. Maybe next year. But yeah, that's my fave. But also then the Grinch. The OG Grinch.
Just the minute you say it,
hate, loathe entirely.
Yes, there is
that film.
Yeah, I remember taking you to see it, and at one point thinking, "Is this the right thing to have done?"
I remember going to see it because we went for my brother's birthday, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
Dad, I was like, "What have we done?"
Dad, I remember. So when I was younger, I'm just dobbing using it here, terrible parenting. When I was younger, we had like a massive minivan. It was like a 7-seater fucking truck that we had. Loved that car so much. And I remember being sat in the back of it because you were taking Daniel and his friends to the cinema for his birthday, because it's his birthday at the end of November. And it was a surprise where we were going. And then I remember Dad pulled in at Asda. And Danny was like, where are we going? And he was like, we're taking you to sit on Santa's knee for your birthday. And he was mortified. And then you pulled around, went to the petrol station, was like, just kidding, we're going to the cinema. Absolute scenes, traumatic scenes, I remember. And I think it must have been his 11th birthday, so we must only have been, I must have been 10. But yeah, I know.
Which now
I'll have been
I'm
9.
so sorry
almost.
to your younger sisters, Sarah and Julie,
leave them
for
home,
to
man.
see the Grinch.
Yeah, they were waiting. No, They didn't come.
Or did they not come?
No, it was me and Daniel and then a couple of his friends.
Right. I feel a little bit better now. No, I just really did a number on them later, didn't I? Well, won't talk about that. I'll do another podcast where we talk about taking them to see the family film Prisoners.
I didn't go, but that's one of my favourite stories ever. The worst part is that they've grown up and they fucking love that shit.
And they think it's funny. I'm like,
if you haven't seen
it's
Prisoners
Hugh
with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, please go and watch a trailer and then listen to the fact that she took my sisters, who were young teenagers at the time, weren't they?
They were
13 and 15 or something like that. They were not old enough to go and see fucking Prisoners.
But I don't remember how I managed to get them in then. If it wasn't the age was probably not that then. It must have been okay for me. It must have been parental guidance. But then at one point I am thinking, do we need to leave? Like, and then
he's got the man in the shower and he's fucking torturing him.
Yes. Hidden, he was not touched. Yes, it was bad. It was bad. Hugh Jackman, how dare you?
What did you think? That it was a fucking like a family film?
It did say something. I don't know. I've obviously read it wrong. Is the thing. It
was called Prisoners?
I know.
What did you think it was going to fucking be about?
Let's talk about Christmas. It's much easier. In fact, I'm going to segue straight into something that's got nothing to do with that. Other than, actually, that was a tradition that I miss.
Oh, Boxing Day cinema.
Christmas Eve.
Oh, was it Christmas Eve?
It was Christmas Eve.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I miss it.
Hasn't stayed in your mind for you. But you did know we did that. But I think that was
I think that started a bit later with the girls as opposed to me and Danny.
Oh, we used to go to Nando's. I don't remember. Ish. We did a mix of it. Depends on where you were. At what age. But yes, so we would do cinema.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve.
Oh, cinema and Nando's.
So I'd always pray that it was a really good film that we could go and watch. And generally, they did release
some form
good
of family
films.
thing.
So we'd go see a film and then we would go, we'd go to Nando's for something to
I haven't
eat
been back to
then
Nando's since they glutened me.
We need to go back and visit and see and make sure it's a thing. But yes, so that was always a good tradition.
Family traditions are traumatising.
They are traumatising, I'm just realising that. Other than this one, which I have, which I'm not sure if this lady has ever listened, but I'm going to give a big shout out to a lady called Jane Eaton. And the reason being that when I was a little girl, one of the things that I loved every single Christmas was to listen to a Christmas album. And I'll send you a photograph of it. It's the one that I shared with Arlo the other day.
We spoke about it on the last podcast, I think.
And that's the one for me. So every Christmas when you open
it's an LP that you open up and then it pops up. So it's got like the sleigh and the little Christmas house and Santa. And
so we've done it. So we've listened, and we've actually got another two. We went and bought 2 old Christmas albums. No, they're not. Some of the songs are hilarious. All I Want for Christmas is in my 2 front teeth. So
all I want for Christmas
literally that. Frosty the Snowman, everything, but they're brilliant. It's really good. Me and Dad laughing our heads off listening to some of the songs. And when I was a little girl, your nana used to have an angel wind chime that moved with the candle. Yeah. So I've got one, and I bought your auntie one, so that she had one as well as a little reminder. So I haven't done that yet.
They're so cute.
So I think I'll do that tonight. But yeah, little things like that. Because have you got thoughts on any traditions you'd like to with your own family?
So we have talked about, but now I'm realising that we haven't done it this year. So maybe I need to tell Dave so we can get on it. I love the idea of doing books on Christmas Eve. So we've got Arlo's. So Arlo has a book for Christmas Eve. It's all wrapped, so we'll give him that on Christmas Eve and then we'll read that to him for bedtime. But I'd like me and Dave to gift each other a book on Christmas Eve as well. Because then we can sit and read. Because I don't particularly want to spend Christmas Eve watching the TV. I just don't want to do that. We did Christmas pyjamas one year and I quite enjoyed it. But then it just felt like this really capitalistic thing that I didn't want to get I don't want it to be a tradition that I feel I have to do every year. Yeah. So we've still got the pyjamas, and I reckon because they were too big for him when I bought him in the first year, they probably fit him. So I'm tempted to just get them out and see if we can get those to fit instead of getting new ones. But we'll see. But yeah, I think the only tradition I have for Christmas is that I refuse to cook. I'm just not doing it. I cook every single other day of the year. It's the 1 year. It's why we're coming to your house so that I can make Dad do it.
Well, yeah, because that's a good point, isn't it? Because
Dad.
Won't be very
no, Dad's Christmas dinner. Dad's.
Yeah, because that became a bit of tradition, which I don't know that you'd until I told you this. I'm not sure that you remember.
Yeah, I didn't know why.
So I did and cook, and then so did, and your nana used to come over, and so we would do a dinner together, and we'd kind of that. And then it's been a long time that your dad's cooked Christmas dinner because it became a tradition. Once his brother, who sadly died a number of years ago, and he wasn't very old, Gary, great guy, and he'd bought your dad a chef's jacket,
which he still wears,
an apron and a hat, which is somewhere. That chef's jacket, he's wore every year for Christmas. And so your dad's got some real traditions that he loves.
I love it because he shuts the door and he puts proper Christmas carols on.
He does.
Proper Christmas
CD
carols.
He has to be a CD player.
Yeah, not like Christmas songs,
No,
Christmas carols.
Which
I loved it.
And that's a biggie for me because actually Christmas carols mean more. I love Christmas songs, don't get me wrong. You know, Mariah Carey, she starts it off. That's the first one I like to listen to. The Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping, that I adore that. And there's so many more. And Silent Night.
Proper Christmas carols.
And proper Christmas carols. So for me, because this year we've talked again about going to St Mary's, to the in the Lace Market, to go to the service on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That for me is... But that's what I remember growing up with.
Yeah, I still think Arlo's probably too young for an evening service. I think he's just such a sleep fiend.
Yeah, he's not ready
He's not ready to be like kept up late kind of thing yet. But I don't know. I don't know if... Because Dave obviously isn't really a church guy. Never has been. So I'm not sure if that's the thing that he'd want to do. I'm so excited for Arlo to go to school next year, though, because the school that we've put top of our list, they do like shows and like all kinds of things. And I'm really excited for like... I'm just excited for that. Like, I burst into tears when we get a Christmas card from nursery, we always do, but he wrote his name in it. He wrote his own name. And then, honestly, between that and the fact that we've moved him into his big boy bedroom where he's got all of this room and he just loves it, and he's put his first poster up today. From the Yorkshire Wildlife magazine. It's a picture of a bird.
His grandma would be very happy.
I know. So will his auntie.
Yeah.
Oh, birds. But he just seems really grown up all of a sudden, which is super cute. So I guess our question then for you all, because we hope you have the most magical Christmas.
Yeah, whatever's happening.
This year I can't believe it's December and we're doing the Christmas episode. And I also know that not everybody wants to celebrate.
Yeah,
so whatever you're doing,
and maybe they won't be having a magic, because I
maybe
think that's the bit.
you're
Maybe
listening
it's
to
not
us
magical
on Christmas Day. That'd be. Don't do that. Turn us off. Just kidding. We're lovely. Maybe it's not, because I know quite a lot of people who aren't really doing anything, don't want to celebrate because of memories and that kind of stuff as well.
And a lot of stuff that's gone on, because a lot of people we know family wise it's been a bit of a tough December with things that have happened, and I know that's impacting how I feel about seeing everybody and why that's so important. And equally, one of the things, because you mentioned about roles a little bit earlier, and I think, often people feel, one, that they don't want to go back to be with family, two, maybe they do, but actually then
I do feel very privileged that we have the relationship we do have.
So I think for me, I'd just like to say, whatever the situation, just to have that hopefully little bit of time for you to know that you matter. And, to give yourself that little bit of space for, a Christmas movie or a walk outside, because that's something I'm really looking forward to, just to be out in the
Christmas morning
fresh
walk.
air. Yeah. And just to have that time, really.
One of the questions, actually, when we were talking about traditions and rules earlier, because it's interesting that both of us have fallen into that place of, like, doing the gifts, kind of most of the thinking around that, is that I don't think there's a problem with anyone, like, being the person who does the cooking or being the person who does the presents, as long as it lights you up.
Yeah.
And if you're finding that you're doing everything and you're feeling the pressure from that, then there's a space to sort of question it and go, intentionally, what would you like to be different this time next year?
That's been a biggie for me, I think.
It's the purposeful, what difference, and I'm definitely the person who gets pissed off when people are like, oh, we'll just write them a list. But also, there is a conversation to be had. Yeah. I think if you do feel like you're the only person.
I think when we go into the new year, we'll have a conversation about that, because that's been a biggie for me. Yeah. And also realising the conflict that I've had within me, that, you know, this relationship that I've got now, we're on the other side
Yeah.
of family being at home and all of that. And I can see the patterns. I can see what came from, you know, being a child of the 1970s and the way that was. And I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about that ultimately. But that whole thing for me of, you know, I don't want to be the one that does this just because I'm the woman, or, you know, that dad should do this stuff just because he's the man.
Yes.
And it's these roles that have been created for us that, you know, not just at Christmas, but other times where
all the
actually
time.
for me, it's the more that I've spoke about it, the more that I've talked about why this matters to me, and this is what I'll do and what part do you play, you know, and we've had those conversations, and it's not been easy to navigate at times.
No.
Because, you know, for both of us, it's easy to fall back.
And there are still things that you don't realise until they happen again.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, things are happening, and you're like, "Oh, hang on,
how come we're back in this position again?" And
this isn't what we thought was going to happen. So it's just it's just
having that conversation. That's definitely been a massive thing for me.
I think it's a good time of year to do it.
Yeah,
especially because we're recording this on winter solstice.
Yes.
Which is very exciting.
Can I just say before we go any further, I watched a programme because you know, I know time she's pointing at a watch if you know, I know we need to be quick. But just to say, there's a programme on Prime that was all about kind of the story behind
the beginning of Yule.
Well, the beginning of Yule, but you find out about, you know, all of Krampus, all of that, all the myths and the legends and the pagan rituals and things like that. So actually today, I feel like today's going to be my New Year. Because it was originally.
Yeah.
It was never the 1st of January. This is it. Because now we look forward to the sun.
I actually read like a suggestion on an account I follow on Threads that was like, so today you write 13 intentions.
The Glasgow Witch.
And then, is that what it is?
So she is.
And then you fold them.
The Glasgow Witch.
You write 13 intentions on little pieces of paper. Each one you fold towards yourself. And then without looking, each day between now and the new year, you take one and you like set fire to them, and the one that's left is the intention for next year.
That's the one.
And I would love to do that. Actually, I love the idea of doing that, especially just because it feels like, so for me it's a bit like, it's not like the 1st of January's New Year, and it's not like today's New Year. It's like actually there's this whole process now of, you know, do you know what it makes me think of? You know, that moment when a bud comes through the ground. It's like that, like, and that doesn't just happen immediately. It's like it takes time for it to go.
Well, actually, because I know we're going to talk about that in another podcast. That for me is about the time now, and I've got some really great questions that we're going to get people to think about. The time we've got between now and the new year.
Yes. So on that note,
tune
in next week, which is going to be the New Year episode, because we're not taking a break.
No, we're not.
We're keeping on going. We will have to at some point. We're not taking a break. We're going to keep on going, and next week is going to be all about intentions. And
just so you know, Lauren was really serious there, and all I wanted to go was "Ding dong merrily on high." I don't know why.
Yeah, drink your coffee. Well, I really want to go, Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. Have a fucking wonderful Christmas.
Yeah,
we love every single one of you.
My heart, just like the Grinch, growing and growing and growing. What is this pain? It's this love for all of you. Merry Christmas.
It's all right. I'll stop the recording before she can keep going. Love you, bye.